bunch of flutes tonight. So Dave Meltzer goes, did Cole really say this would be, Punk's first, singles match in, WWE in, 10 and a half years? It's, his third since he returned. Where? So he wrestled once or twice on a house show. And then this guy's like, everyone knows house show. And shout out Julian Weeks. He goes, everyone knows house shows aren't canon. Come on, dude. But I wouldn't even say that. I know they aren't canon. But I wouldn't even say that. I would just say, or like that we don't even need to take it to that level, is all I'm saying, Julian. You can just say, look, dude, the fact you're even saying that, and that it's a house show, because people do tabulate that record, like this guy hasn't won a match all year. They count the house show record as well. It's just like Dave, it's his third. Okay, great. He wrestled Dom. It's his first on TV or on a pay-per-view in WWE. In like 10 years. Stop. If you're going to nitpick like this, Dave, keep the same energy for AEW, but you don't. So that's why we play flutes, dog. That's why we're all gathered here today at the church of PWT. Shut up, Dave. So Meltzer doesn't believe that Seth Rollins' outfit on Raw was appropriate for the Punk McIntyre feud, and I'm sure he felt the same way. He did. Trust me, he talks about it. Dave gets triggered too easily by this stuff. Again, this is nitpicky. I bring it to the show to just highlight his nitpicky that doesn't apply anywhere else except for WWE. Moving along. Raw. So this is last week's Raw, not this week's Raw. Last week's Raw was the number one on cable last night in the 18 to 49 demo. So again, this is Dave flip-floppy, nitpicking, embellishing the truth segment. That's what this has been. So Rajgiri points out, shout out Matt Morgan, shout out Rajgiri, shout out Gigantic Pop. Go check their show out if you haven't. But Raw was number one on cable last night in the 18 to 49 demo. So you guys know as well as I do, when Dave Meltzer sees that they're number one in the 18 to 34, they just pick all of these random numbers to say, we all know the demo's 18 to 49. That's what it was, whatever. They were number one against the Summer Olympics prime time on USA and total viewership, and the demo by 27%. Dave Meltzer goes and says Raw ratings down against Olympic coverage. God damn it, dude. He can't for once. If that was AEW, he would go, actually in the 18 to 19 category, he was number one all of Wednesday. And you know what I mean, dude? But instead, he just goes, they were down against Olympic coverage. Meanwhile, they were number one in that demo. And I don't care about these demo games, but those are the games Meltzer and them like to play. Okay, we have to play those games. Dave has fully exposed himself, and he copes and melts down tremendously as we move along these bookmarks. You guys will see it progressively get worse, and within the sicko fandom. But Dave Meltzer's a liar, and at least embellishing the truth or manipulating, twisting things. His spin, as he likes to call it. And it's expected at this point, but we're keeping our eyes peeled on these cats. We're not letting them slide just because we're getting fed up and we're like, let's just move on to what we enjoy. Nah. So speaking of Dave, Uncle Dave, this is via Dave Shearer. Uncle Dave and Stimpy raised prices twice in the last 6 months or so, taking their rate well above quality content services. They made people on grandfathered deals pay their new rate. That worked out well. They sent this out today to expired and existing subbers. Brilliant. So they sent out this letter, and Meltzer said, what sent this to me too? And he's like, I unsubscribed years ago, and they're still sending me this or whatever. But they have a mailing list. They're just like, oh yeah, we'll just spam it to the people who don't want our mail anymore. We've missed having you as a part of our WON Figure 4 community, and we love to welcome you back. Since you left, we've added even more exciting exclusive content to keep you informed, such as subscriber exclusive reports from Meltzer posted through the week. No, Dave, people don't want your news, bro. That's what they don't want. That's what they don't want. The price is wrong, Dave. Yeah, he's talking about UFC. Imagine listening to Meltzer talk about UFC. I couldn't imagine that. There's so many good, competent people in that space. There's no way he stands out in that space whatsoever. All the while, we have Dave Meltzer talking about it. Roman came back because management isn't high on Cody carrying the company at all. This might have been before, but it seems that Roman attacking Solo was a red herring. Oh no, is this from SummerSlam? Dave, no, you can't say it.
You what?
Dave, oh my God, Dave.
Emotional damage.
He's coping over SummerSlam, dude. They don't trust Cody can carry it. Is that what it is, Dave? Or is it that Roman can be in matches without the belt and they'll be the biggest thing on the card and you have Cody with the belt? Or is it that they need to fight The Rock and they might have an influx of heels coming in, or they feel they do have heels, or like, we don't know. Dave is just making up cope is what we call this. It seems that Roman attacking Solo was a red herring and he was giving Cody a sign that he's coming for him at Bash in Berlin or whatever it's called. Dave, no, it didn't seem like that. Dave, oh my God, he doesn't know the nuances. He didn't even he fast forwarded it, I know. And he was probably rolling his eyes and was like, oh, come on. Will Ospreay was way better than wait till Ricochet comes in. Tony Khan. Because, dude, Roman looked at Cody and basically what went down between them, and he mouthed it too. I should have bookmarked it, but someone caught it on like their phone where Roman was like mouthing to Cody. Like, what did he say again? God damn it. Remember, Phil. He's like, it's a matter of time. Yeah, that's what he said. He goes, it's a matter of time. Like, I got to deal with this first. Matter of time before you get yours too, Cody. Don't think this is like some, you know what I mean? Some handout or whatever. So it's insane to say they don't trust Cody. He's all over the world. He's like their top merch seller too. Like, besides Roman coming back out of nowhere, shocking the world and selling $1 billion, not $1 billion, but almost $1 million in belts, dude. That's crazy, you know? Dave goes, this was being planned for months now. The date's back to late April. The same with Cody unceremoniously won the title against Roman. Listen, Dave, you idiot. Here's the thing, dummy.
Dummy, yeah.
Everything in WWE is being planned months and months and months in advance. So when Roman lost the belt, they knew when he's going to come back, why he's going to come back, where he's going to come back. All of these things. They knew, they had it planned out months and months in advance to make these custom belts. You think, Dave? Wavy Davy back in April, they knew they were going to hot shot book Cody Rhodes. That's what he thinks. Oh my God. Even if they do, okay? Even if they do put it on Roman, he just sold $1 million in belts. Tony Khan hasn't even done $1 million gate. Righteous Reg, we have a coper right here going, perfect example of why numbers ain't. He said Collision blew away that other show. Talking about SummerSlam. Trying to tell me Collision blew away SummerSlam. Bro.
The best guy's Tony Khan.
Jeepers, what a sicko. Collision did 189, a 0.08 out of its time slot on Saturday. Meltzer's, but when Raw's not on Sci-Fi, he doesn't bring that up. He just goes, they're down against the Olympics. You. But anyways, yeah, Dave goes, likely would have done better, even head-to-head with SummerSlam in its usual time slot. So he just make-believes that if they were in their normal time slot, they would have done better. Oh, Tony Khan should have listened to me on that one.
Shut up, bitch.
Also, compared how hard WWE pushed the move to Sci-Fi on its show compared to AEW pushing. So now it's an effort of marketing. So WWE did their diligence and marketed the out of their move to Sci-Fi. And Tony Khan didn't do that because he knew he's going up against SummerSlam. You're coping and seething.
Emotional damage.
You are coping so hard. I love singing to you guys, man. Yeah, and then Righteous Reg, perfect example of why numbers ain't. Collision blew away that other show when it comes to in-ring. No, it didn't. It was the far away better Saturday show to me. Well, you suck, and so does this show, dude, according to everyone else. Do you not get it? You're delusional, you're in a bubble, you're in the minority, and it's not like it's like an objective thing at this point. It's not just like, objectively speaking, your subjective preference in entertainment is to the objective masses. Okay, do you guys not do, like, can we not understand that? And it's cool. You don't have to go bow down and blow W, but you got to go, this is what WWE's doing over here is hot, man. It's hot. It's good. Yeah, dude, these guys are coping and going insane. We have our goat on the side there. Tony Khan claims many people are trying to sabotage AEW's success. He gets an X-Files for that. Tony, it's not many people are trying to sabotage. You're paranoid, and it will ruin it will only make you go downward and ruin the quality of your programming because you're worried about what everyone else is doing. People aren't sabotaging you, Tony. I'm not sabotaging you. I love you, bud. I want the show to be better. You surrounded yourself with the wrong marks who they don't care if your business does better or not. They just want to be proven right and want to be able to say, they just want to be right about and be able to get free news, hot news, and to be able to be like, oh man, Fed is evil. Like we're part of taking down this thing. That's all they want. And that's not what you're supposed to be doing. The revolution, this isn't like ECW, what you're doing, bro. It's very much different. And yeah, just if you're listening to this, dude, nobody's sabotaging you. There's not all these people out to get you. You're in competition. You wanted it to be competition until you were forced to compete, and then you didn't want to be competition anymore. You want to sign up all the free agents until you do nothing with your wrestlers, and then they become free agents, and then you ghost them and you get sad that they're in competition. Okay? It's baby back. It's very sad to see you just coping constantly and always doing this. It just turns people off of your product. We want to see you put your feet down, chin up, and go, no, I'm going to keep swinging. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let's keep going. I'm going to keep swinging, and I'm going to do my best, and where can I improve? Clearly this ain't working my way, so, and clearly I'm not smarter than everyone. It's not, oh, people need to catch on thing, because it's been 5 years they'd have caught on, so what can I do differently now that you're not doing that clearly. So once you do that, dude, things will start to change for better or worse. But you called him Harvey Weinstein, and then you try to leak pictures of you meeting with Harvey Weinstein's son.
The best guy's Tony Khan.
Like, it's crazy, bro. Really doesn't make sense. So just don't stop playing victim and start doing work, bro. Evil Dose says, no wrestling promotion has ever had so many advantages in wealth, instant national TV, and a friendly media. Paranoia is a disease. Right there, he nailed it. And that's in response to Tony Khan saying everyone's trying to sabotage their success. Yeah, so here's Meltzer coping. Collision did 189K out of its time slot. Likely would have done better even head-to-head with SummerSlam in its usual time slot. Also, compare how hard WWE pushed the move to sci-fi on its shows compared to AEW pushing the Collision time slot change. So we covered that, right? Now look at this. What's your point? WWE did a better job of publicizing its move. Dave, 100,000 people watched it. More people watched TNA this week, bro. Dave, just cope, man. You got to shut up. You got to stop this stuff. It doesn't help your cause. Okay? All it does is make everybody think that you guys are talking about is pure buffoonery. So we're going to get so much cope and so much emotional
damage.
A lot of people crying for Conan. Man, I can't wait to get into all this. You guys ready? David Bixen span. Bixaruni. Meltzer said what cooks him. But at first, at David Bix goes, even with the... Is David Bixen span, is he from the UK? I don't know what he sounds like. I can't do an impression of him. Even with the production changes post Kevin Dunn, it feels like the WWE in-ring style and overall presentation have somehow even gotten more sterile with Vince gone. What? If you like it, good for you, but I cannot at all compute being a rabid fan of something so cold and emotionless.
Shut up, bitch!
Here's what Meltzer said what had to say. Big, shut the f up and go pick your dirty socks up off the floor and throw out the 3-day-old pizza box before your apartment is infested with even more roaches. Where is it? Yeah, Bick, shut the f up. I don't know about pizza boxes and crusty socks and all that, but these people go, I can't compute. Like they talk with this, like Ibu does it too. See now, what stupid people will say is that, like the product isn't getting better. But what it actually is in the early phases of what their lowest ratings ever. No, it's you guys aren't smarter than everyone else, right? This is why I always say it. It's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Let's say $1 million's on the line. You ask the audience, right? And 70% picks D, and then like 20% picks A, and then the other two get 5%. And then you're like, oh, I'm going to go with A because actually, 20% of the people are the real true fans of this question. And so, you guys, maybe that's not the best analogy, but no, dude, objectively, y'all's subjective opinion is ass. It's just like with Rotten Tomatoes or when IGN puts out these Deadpool and Wolverine wasn't a good movie. No, you guys are ass. And we know that what you guys have this weird agenda. So we know Deadpool and Wolverine was a good movie. You guys are talking out of your asses, right? Objectively, okay, you subjectively liked it this way, but everyone agrees your ass for that subjective take, right? So that can be true too, guys. I'm speechless when it comes to AEW. TK blame all of their shortcomings on WWE. It's so old.
This is great.
Yeah, dude, it is. It's getting tiresome, man. It's getting old, but we're here to cover it. I don't get tired of covering it, though. Obviously, you guys don't get tired of listening to it either and just breaking it down. But I don't know. I go deep with it. And the reason I do that is because sometimes just the simple things are those things that get overlooked. And that sort of makes them the deeper thing that needs to be looked at. Right. And so I love psychoanalyzing it all. I'm just a wrestling fan. And I don't know. Wrestling wars were always my favorite. WCW, WWE. Growing up, it was different. I didn't worry about Nielsen and that, but I could visually see the same way I judge AEW. I don't judge these wrestling shows on, oh, they all need to have 10,000 people there or else AEW in the mud. You guys know that. I say, put it in a smaller room and light the building up. God damn it. I need to calm down here.
Dummy, yeah.
But it's light the room up, put some cool lights, make it feel intimate and cool then if you can't fill up these buildings anymore, dude. Stop doing this to the fans and the wrestlers. Figure it out. I'm not even judging you paying all these wrestlers all this money. I am now, because now the egg's on your head after all this time. Make the product look better. I'm always on Team TNA. They don't draw. Even when TNA wasn't with WWE, I was putting TNA over. So why? Because they make it look cool. All right? It's all you got to do, dude. God damn it. Sorry. I'm going off tonight. Yeah, it's not about anything else. Stop crying victim. Stop playing victim. Stop crying wolf. Stop blaming everything on WWE. Stop having conspiracy theories. The black helicopters. Everybody's out to get us. Stop having that be your mentality. Stop taking shots at them and then crying when you get beat in ratings or when you get beat in as far as or people are clowning you on the internet or people don't like your booking, start listening to other people. I don't know. Tony doesn't need tough love. He's been getting that and it's not working. So You know, and people go, oh, he listens to marks. Well, he listens to the wrong ones. I got a family of wrestling fans. These marks will tell you the truth in a heartbeat. So the marks, man, SummerSlam happens. These guys are Copezilla. They can't handle it. They know too. These AIR Golds, they weren't watching Collision, bro. They had 2 screens on. They had Collision on their phone, if anything, and they're watching SummerSlam like the rest of us. And they're hyped up for Roman, and they're sitting there like, but hologram broke Mark Sterling's arm. It was a better show, right? And they're sitting here going, only 78 minutes of wrestling in 3+ hours. Here's the thing with AIR Gold too. He used to be like kind of cool where he was just like, no, I'm just saying like I like this better. But now he's full on shill mode. He lost all faith, you know, all good faith. It's out the window with that dude. Has been for a long time. So yeah, only 78 minutes. So he's got the stopwatch out. So like, are you watching Collision though? Like I thought Collision's on and you're watching Collision and it's the better show. So I don't get it. You watch SummerSlam still. So why do you care to watch it? Just don't watch it. They all say it. Well, just don't watch AEW. Okay, but you all criticize WWE. So we're not supposed to like, then you just don't watch WWE, idiot. But they won't do that now, will they? They're there watching it with us. Dave Meltzer calls SummerSlam an angle show. It was an angle, Kurt Angles. But dude, it was an angle show. Isn't A, that kind of what all wrestling shows are? And B, isn't that what the AEW mostly is? It's no stories. It's just a series of angles. We've all talked about that. Cornette called it out before any of us. And we all didn't want to listen. I didn't want to listen either. He was right. This is great. It was an angle show. If you were watching, the show to see like great wrestling. It wasn't that, Brian. It wasn't great wrestling. Oh my god, dude. He's completely lost it. He's completely shilling and lying. They're coping so hard over SummerSlam because this outdrew and is going to look when we see Wembley half empty and they shoot it like a dynamite, it's going to be memed, clowned. It didn't make any money. This made gang loads of money and they are coping so badly.
Best
right
guys,
now.
Tony Khan.
And it's hilarious. Sorry, guys. If you were, watching to see, that like, actually, angles were, predictable, which, there's nothing wrong with. You mean like the predictable angles all in? We just went over it. My chat just broke it down for you, Dave. Is the most predictable pay-per-view maybe AEW's ever done. And with zero heater interest. And not all of this was predictable. Okay, just because Mark's fantasy marked book Dom turning on Rhea, Judgment Day collapsing. I predicted that too, but it wasn't predictable. It actually took me off guard because I was like, that's almost too much though, Phil. You can't, like, I've been predicting it for so long. I thought at WrestleMania could happen or here it could happen. Is it even going to happen all in one night or is it going to happen in chunks and parts? So it wasn't that predictable, Dave. You make this up, man. I usually say it must mean it makes sense. That's what this was. You pretty much could call everything that happened, and they did it well in that sense. Okay, at least he puts it over. I thought it was an easy show to watch for a 4-hour show. Yes, that's what entertainment's supposed to be, Dave. Oh, it was an easy watch. That's good as compared to what? The AEW that is exactly, it's not easy to watch. You got to digest it all, and this is called good storytelling, bro. You don't get lost in the sauce. But Breaking Bad gets complicated, and there are good nuanced storylines. Like, yeah, we know, dude. But you don't get lost in the sauce. You can follow them. That's just it. The twists and turns and surprises happen, but you can follow them all. You can follow what's going on in Stranger Things pretty simply, Dave. A 14-year-old could, right? In AEW, 14-year-olds go, why are they fighting? Okay, we all know that. We've all had people go, why are they fighting when you're watching AEW? Okay, so anyways, But he enjoyed it. Good for Dave for enjoying it, actually. He does put it over. And I know I'm sort of doing a straw man, right? But we know that's what's going through Dave's mind when he's criticizing it. He's comparing it to AEW. Nothing else in his mind. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here comparing TNA to AEW. I've been on that for a long time. Meltzer on the negative surrounding CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam. Here's more Dave. Do we have to play another flute for this asshole tonight? Oh my God. So Dave goes, I enjoyed the show, but the negative was that Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk match for being the second biggest grudge match of the year in WWE. I thought that the payoff for the match was very weak. Oh my God. The storytelling in that match, and Dave has the audacity to say that the whole match revolved around Seth Rollins.
You fucking mark!
You think, Dave? You think it didn't? Oh, it revolved around Seth. He's the guest ref, and it didn't. It revolved around the bracelet too. God, man, he doesn't understand. Like, obviously, it revolved around Seth being the ref, but it mostly revolved around that bracelet and Punk's emotions, letting his get the better of him. Whereas we thought that's what would happen. Well, they both have. Drew and Punk have both done that now. It's a brilliantly told story, and it's just ridiculous. The one thing that will make AEW better is completely lost on everyone there, from the fans to the owner. Accountability, bro. Right in there, dude. That is it. Don't plan on the talent making this show better. They can't. We've said it. You could get John Cena there. It ain't going to make a difference, dude. Like, it ain't going to make a difference, man, unless you let John Cena book the whole show, you know? They're being paid salaries as if business is good. Dude, they're being paid salaries as if business next year is
Dummy.
good.
Yeah.
That's the problem, dude. And that's why all these guys are coping.
Emotional damage.
That's why Dave Meltzer is just groveling over SummerSlam. People are going, it's the greatest SummerSlam of all time. Oh, it wasn't that good. Meanwhile, he's given Ospreay and Garcia 6 stars. Oh, man, it's hilarious. You love to see it. I love this. I love this more than anything, dude. But yeah, they're being paid salaries as if like the next 2 years are going to be good. And we're seeing WBD's got no money. So they were planning on, according to Meltzer too, and he's Stooges, I know. Oh, well, I know. I just called Tony Khan. According to him, right, the money that they're paying people, 55% of their profit, or of the money they're bringing in, because they're not profitable, for sakes. So the money they're bringing in, 55% of that is just going to talent straight up, probably more. And then, you know, WBD, like the window's open, they can negotiate elsewhere. There's still no deal. And they were being paid based on the future and based on what TV deals are coming up, and or like what they're going to get paid next year on shows and stuff like that too. Their revenue, but there is no revenue. They're still trying to make money on that video game, dude. Craziness. Meltzer continues. They had this big grudge match. They came out and the crowd was more into them than any other match on the show at the start. As the match got... What does that mean? They were a white hot crowd, dude. They were not more into this match than several others. Dave, oh my God, this is such cope. I think it was the Seth stuff. But when Brian Alvarez tells you that the crowd's not into this Tony Storm and Mariah May, you're like, Brian! Seth became the focal point of the match very early on, and then they didn't really do a lot. They didn't do a lot of moves, Dave. That's what he means by that, chat. That's what he means by that, listeners, viewers. He means they didn't do a lot of moves. Okay? They didn't do a lot. So like all that selling and all of the camera work and the facials and the get the shot of the bracelet and the hand reaching out and then you pan up to his face. You mean all of that was you mean filming TV? You mean filming a quality entertainment show that people pay their hard-earned money to see, that translates both live and on television? Wasn't anything between 3 huge big draw superstars, Dave.
You what? You mark!
God damn it. The crowd, 3 minutes in, started chanting, "We want tables. which I thought was really weird in this big grudge match. Shouldn't you be into the match? Dave, they were into the match. I didn't hear the We Want Table chants. If there were We Want Table chants, okay, you guys know how I feel about that. I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up, and I've called it out when WWE fans do that too. I think it's stupid, but yeah, I didn't hear those, so I don't know. Dave could be making that up. Chat, you can tell me. There was definitely We Want Table chants, but it was from the cheap seats, brother. Oh man, it's not all about moves, Dave. Yeah, he's right, dude. So here's more just coping and seething. Here's more of it, guys. So this guy at Suit Williams, never heard of him before personally, probably blocked me before I ever crossed paths with him. I never heard of the dude, but I really don't know. I can't judge him other than based off of this. So, Suit Williams says full review of SummerSlam is up at Voices Wrestling, a terrible show with fans that enjoy it for reasons beyond my understanding. So another groveling, unintelligent Mark acting elitist, snide, being schmarmy, just another schmarmy prick, right? Just a schmarmy prick, and saying that beyond my understanding because you're dumb. That's why. Because you're not the intelligent one. Because you're so dumb, and I'm sorry to go so hard on you, dude, but you're just parroting what these other groveling marks are saying. And here's the problem. People can be so dumb or so entitled, often it's entitlement, that they think that they're smarter than everyone else when they're not. And to everyone else, we're all going, dude, you know you're that guy, right? Like you're that dude. Okay. This is that dude. Okay. So not to shun people, but come on now. Jesus Christ. I just hate the elitist, pompous, like WWE is like, no, we're welcome. Don't you understand how everyone enjoys this? They're like, a bunch of dumbs enjoyed this thing. Meanwhile, it's they're doing the best business they've ever done. Well, McDonald's does the best business. You like McDonald's. Everyone likes McDonald's, Suit William. You like McDonald's. I'm strawmanning. He never made that argument, but I'm just saying, like, yes, everyone loves McDonald's. McDonald's is good. I don't care what anybody has to say. And if you don't think Taylor Swift's not good, yes, she is. Yes, she is. She's pretty. She sings good enough to sell the most records and to put on the best shows, and she puts on really good live shows and has good wardrobes, and I don't know. She makes music videos people like. I don't know. I'm not her number one fan, but you can sit there and go, yeah, she's the best person making music right now, dog. You have to be able to say that. If you can't say that, then you're dumb. You're the dumb one, dude. So anyways, it's called objective thinking. Being subjective all the time, that's like where people start becoming like sociopaths. That's when serial killers start murdering people and thinking it's like normal and stuff. The full SummerSlam review, including thoughts of Roman Reigns' return, Cody victory. Like, oh man, I don't understand why people like that. You mean the almost $1 million of Roman Reigns belt sales because he's a big megastar and everyone wants to see Roman Reigns? And Cody Rhodes is white hot? You mean you don't understand that? Drives me nuts, dude. Sorry. I'm going real hard on this dude. I'm sorry, Sue Williams. You're cool. And then this is the same thing. The same tweet. He goes, I also reviewed Collision earlier today. A fine pro wrestling TV show. Oh my fucking goddamn. It's just a fine wrestling TV show in front of the no people, didn't draw a dime, dude breaks his arm. Maybe that was last week, or, oh, that was last week, Phil. Okay, well then the girl broke her leg. Whatever week it was, for sakes, man. Like, I'm sure it was fine. The moves were fine in the long matches. I'm sure they were just great. Go on WWE The Vault and on YouTube, and they do that same thing there, dude. That's like an internet thing. Like, go watch matches on YouTube all day then and stop crying about WWE and enjoy WWE for what it is. But no, we're seeing this pushback right now because they're getting desperate. They're getting El Desperado here. So here's more on this Suit Williams guy. So this writer, quote unquote, seems stable. or quote unquote writer. Yeah. And that's what it is. They're really just activists who weasel their way into these writer roles. I think I've come to terms on the fact that I'm a full on WWE hater. Well, at least he admits it. There was a point where I thought I would be happy if the product was better, but when they win, they make sure everyone else loses. How so? They're elevating all these other companies. When Roman Reigns returns, I felt like a W that night. Come on, man. So I don't want that company to do well. Why? So that wrestling goes away entirely as we know it? Why? So, because this is what they want. They want AEW to be WWE. If AEW was doing what WWE is doing business-wise, they'd all be bowing down. See? And we would be, this is the thing, I'd be admitting it too. Damn, AEW, WWE up, man. WWE, you're that legacy brand. You fell off, dude. You let Vince ruin you. I'd be criticizing them too. But it's not that, dude. So stop coping and stop just wishing on WWE's downfall when they're doing good. If everything was doing, like if WWE is doing, I'd criticize it, but they're not, man. All of their shows are really good. Even recently, like even Raw. Remember all the time too, everyone's like SmackDown's the better show, SmackDown's the better. And then recently they're saying Raw's the better show, Raw's the better show. Well, it's called the ebbs and flows, man. It's a good product all around. So anyways, I don't want them to succeed or be booked well. I want them to embarrass themselves constantly. This is like a sociopath, dude. This is an ugly, bad person. That's what this is. Deep down, just a sad. This guy's very much, we all go through not sad like that. It's okay to be sad, guys. It's okay to need your peoples and stuff. But what I'm saying is, he's like sad. Like I actually pity a dude like this, honestly. I want them to embarrass themselves. Yeah, that's what could make me the happiest. Yeah, like I don't want AEW to embarrass themselves, dude. That's why I cook them, because they keep embarrassing themselves. So this guy, the complete opposite. I feel horrible for this guy. He must be really sad, like personally. Here's him writing more. I found out that Cagematch nuked my account this morning. All my ratings, all my comments, years gone, because I didn't like the SummerSlam, and they believed that I was doing some character gimmick. You are, or you're mentally unstable, dude. Or you're like an activist, or you're being paid by Tony Khan. There's a lot of options, but they all sort of lean towards you're being disingenuous, because everybody liked SummerSlam is one of the greatest of all time. Because I didn't like SummerSlam, and they believed I was doing some character or gimmick. Never mind the hundreds of words I wrote, fully explaining my thoughts on the show. No one cares, dude. My initial thought was to email them and tell them to delete my account, scrap the Dynamite Dozen column I've written for 4 years.
You mark!
Delete my own work, man, and like SummerSlam. These guys, man. I've written for 4 years using Cagematch as a resource. Yeah, don't use Cagematch. It's where marks go to vote on matches. Can you imagine that? I decided to be an adult. I decided to be an adult and talk about how I hate WWE and never want them to succeed. Oh my God, this is just gold, dude. This rejuvenates me. There's like stem cells right in my veins. A big part of me still wants to do that, but I decided to be an adult and write them with a legitimate and calm appeal. But then I just blasted them on public, so my email doesn't. I'm not going to be locked out of logging history in the small way that Cagematch allows because of my temper, or because of a quick trigger finger, or because of children, sometimes literal children, that can't handle someone not agreeing with them on their favorite promotion. Bro, this is what's funny too, is that Cagematch is mostly known for being pro AEW and indie, and so this is funny or allow myself to turn into some gimmick. You already let that happen, buddy. Suit Williams is my writing name, and that's fine. Everybody having a pen name, having a gimmick name, whatever, that's like part of culture. Having a handle, whatever you want to call it, that to me, I'm not knocking you for that. Suit Williams has never put on a page genuinely what Lionel Williams thinks of, and then you see this guy takes himself way too seriously. He's in his head too much. Go outside, bro. Just breathe some air and go on a jog. Finish it, pussy. Go ahead. Who knows what this was? Some that violated rules. Finish it, pussy. Go ahead. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know. That guy's unhinged. This kind of people make AEW look so bad. Exactly, man.
Guys, Tony Khan.
And that's what they need to understand. Like they're, you guys already know. That's why you're here. They bullied a lot of us away. They just talk down to other people and stuff. And the WWE people, there's more infighting there because there's more people in that, right? So like you'll get Cody Crybabies and Roman Warriors legit going at it, but at least it's infighting. Like that's what you want is that's why WWE's hot. Competition amongst each other, and AEW's competition with nobody, and their fans are pushing people away more and more. Even when the wrestlers have to address the fans, or the wrestlers have to go, yeah, I don't support anyone on Jimmy Corderas, but that's where it gets bad. So no mention of Raw's move to Sci-Fi in this tweet by the Hawk Tua guy. Raw did 1.73 million. I would think same show, no Olympics coming off SummerSlam would do well over 2 million. Last year didn't do close to that, but this was a hotter storyline show. See, he just creates these fake narratives. Shows how much the Olympics hurt, but very good number. So he's using that as a cope. Shows how much the Olympics hurt because that's his excuse as to why AEW is not doing good. And the other thing is this. He didn't bring up Sci-Fi at all. They were on Sci-Fi the last 2 weeks, so he does. But he dismisses that because he goes, well, they put more promotion into it. Okay, but that's still a factor, you dumb. So here's more Dave Meltzer, him coping, groveling, Collision, and this is him admitting that Tony Khan is not Booker of the Year.
The best guy is Tony Khan.
So Collision did 189K 0.08 out of its time slot Saturday, likely would have done better. See, so he's like making fantasy scenarios of how it would have done better for AEW, but for WWE, he goes, oh, no, you would think it would have been better because of these things, but here's why this should have been better. He's a goof. Head-to-head with SummerSlam in its usual time slot. WWE pushed the move to Sci-Fi on its shows way more, blah, 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 blah. So because they put in a better effort, they're still not as good. So I don't know how you could watch the last few months of AEW television and think that was bad, but you do you. That's what these guys are saying. Bro, it's been bad. It's been terrible. Okay, for the most part, there's a couple good things. The HLA is one of the only things. The thing you guys cry about was so bad in the Attitude Era. Remember when everyone was talking about now that Vince is gone, we have to have a serious talk about the Attitude Era. Then all that went away when Marina Shirakawa showed up shaking her tits and making out with Mariah May. You know what I'm saying? Wednesday shows are largely very good, often great. They're not, dude. They're not. WWE has been boring for so long. Here's real Philly P, a Phil with an F for a fail. WWE has been so boring for so long. Triple H is not a good booker. That is completely bull. I'm dropping so many F-bombs. YouTube's going to hate this, but that is
You what?
Man, Dave goes, a good booker is one who increases business. You have the right to say you don't like him as a booker. Many don't. No, many don't. No, that's untrue. Most people think he's the best booker, dude. But he is doing his job well in the big picture. So at least Dave admits that, okay? So then we have, here we go. This guy goes, you should give best booker to whichever promotion has the highest average match ratings. No, you shouldn't. That's what Dave tried to do. And it made AEW look stupid, and now they're in the trench that they're in. And Dave Meltzer admits it. Booking is about driving business. Exactly. Singing is about selling records. It's just it's about art. No, this is a selfish thing. If you just want to do art for the sake of the art, no. And this is coming from an artist, okay? Only you can come up with something in your brain. It doesn't exist in the universe even until you think of it. So it's a subjective thing purely. You create it, you put it out there for objective criticism. The greatest quote ever is, it is in the womb of criticism that good art is born, or true art is born, right? That is a legendary quote. And it's because you're not supposed to make art and hide it and hoard it away. Oh, I just make art for me. Or you can do that, but do that and just do that. And keep it in your bedroom and shut the up, and don't say you're Vincent Van Gogh. Do your little paintings and shut the up. What art's supposed to be, okay, is like a piece of you that you put out in the universe, like a large piece of you, you put it out in the universe, and then a bunch of people give you like little pieces of themselves back. It's like an exchange of this. I know I sound like a hippie, but that's what it is. It's like mutual thing. And people, when you put it out in the universe, people can criticize the out of that. And it is from the womb of criticism that good art is born. What does that mean? And through that criticism, you make better art because of it. You become a better person. Okay? You become a better artist. Okay? They're all missing that. They're all these sociopathic kids who never got their bum spanked, all just saying nonsense that isn't real. Okay? Anyways, I hope I broke that down good for you. Here's more cope from AAR Gold. If Collision has 189,000 fans, then I am one of them. It's cringe that they have to like do these posts like this. Stop doing this. This makes people not want to watch it. God damn it. If Collision has 189,000 fans, then I'm one of them. If Collision has 10 fans, and then here's the problem. They go, oh, you just like McDonald's slop. No, bro. When McDonald's prices got out of hand, Burger King lowered theirs and they saw a big spike in business, and then McDonald's brought theirs back down, and then everyone started going back to McDonald's again. This is that's happened. You can look this stuff up, bro. You are the McDonald's ones, because what you're admitting is that no matter what slosh they peddle out to you, and no matter what they put in front of you, no matter how much it costs, no matter what it is, you're just going to consume it and love it like a good little boy. But then you have the audacity to go, well, you just like McDonald's. It's like, you're stupid, man. This is the stupidest group of people ever, man. If Collision has 10 fans, then I'm one of them. Collision has only 1 fan, then that fan is me. Collision has no fans. That means I'm no longer on Earth. Well, I hope that never happens, ARR Gold. I hope you download your consciousness into an avatar so I can roast you until the end of time. But, yeah, and just talk to somebody, bro. You don't have to do that. These are like therapy sessions for these people, man. This ruined their day. At Dave Meltzer says, as of today, Levesque overall. Others have 5 months left. So, like, he's literally like, yeah, you have 5 months left. Not that, like, Mania and all this other so far this year already blew away anything AEW could possibly ever do. But Levesque so far is the booker of the year. At least he's admitting it. But this is why they're all coping, dude. They can't. Their cognitive dissonance is going away. They're all freaking out.
Tony Khan.
So, this Wyatt 6 debut did 1,725,000 whatever 0.62 in the key demo. WWE Raw after SummerSlam. So Dave isn't. Oh, you think it would be up? You think it would be up? You think the rating would be up to 2 million? He's just making arbitrary numbers. He's a scumbag, guys. He's such a scumbag, guys. That is scummy to go, oh, well, you know, you'd think it'd be to 2 million. Why, Dave? Why you think AEW would be to 1 million, asshole? Why don't you ever say that? And this is what the real stats are. Ready? SummerSlam, the Raw after SummerSlam beat the Olympics on USA and was the #1 show on cable last night. Dave, you fucking mother, we're playing you a flute. Dude, right there. #1 show on cable. And this talking about just mental gymnastics, dude. Mental young bucks. That's what we call it here. Mental young bucks. Flip-flopping around, coping. Oh, well, you figure it'd be 2 million. Bitch, it was #1 on cable. If AEW was #1 on cable, you wouldn't shut up about it, Dave. Brian, can TK just get that damn TV deal done? Here we go. So here's at Base World 690. Can TK just get that damn TV deal done and get a bunch of folks to re-sign so we can move on from all the negativity, LOL? Like, I get it, but holy, it's also just, like, exhausting. Also, debut Ricochet, because that'll be something fun that'll help. No, it won't, dude. And I love Ricochet, but Tony's just bad at what he's doing. It's that simple. He just needs Jeff Jarrett to start running. They're just coping already. So the fans in Berlin, dude, they get Gunther versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight title at Bash at Berlin, dude. Like, what a great match you get. They're going to give these legends to Gunther, dude. Crazy. And then here's this wrestling universe. WWE has already seemingly buried Gunther's title reign. He's been champ for like 4 or 5 days, man. It's crazy. It's puzzling that Randy Orton, who has lost 100% of his pay-per-view matches in 2024. What, bro? He's had like 2. Is still being considered for a world championship. He's got 15 world titles. He's one of the GOATs. Can't they find a more credible challenger? Oh my God, dude. That's insane, man. These people disappoint me, man. Here's another excuse. Andrew Snark says, I simply do not agree. The whole goal of wrestling is to make money. It's an art form. Well, I covered that already. I already buried that. So here's Righteous Reg. We covered him before. So this is exactly like, these are why these people they're just pussies, man. It's just like some sort of egotism, dude, because it's like everyone should love a Rocky story. Like you get knocked down and then the comeback is even better, right? You get beat up, you get cast to the side, you come back even better and stronger. Righteous Rez says in 95, 03, 08, for all the terrible times, you weren't there for the guest host era. You started watching WWE in 2017. So stop gatekeeping. You're all gatekeeping goofs, man. God, I dedicated my whole life to that company, money and time. Okay. Same with me to AEW. And it's been the biggest garbage trash the last few years. And you're all saying it's not. I have the right to destroy them every day if I want. Well, same over here. You have the right to destroy anything. Why is it to destroy them out of cope in a disingenuous way? Like I put over when AEW is doing good. Now, I'm not saying you got to be me. Not a lot of people could be Phil Marks. Okay? Often imitated, never replicated. But all I'm saying is that it's deeper than y'all know. Bro, we all are fans of wrestling. It's not that deep. We all get it, you know? We all get it, bro. Just got to calm down. I get it. The whole thing you made your whole personality and life about the last 5 years didn't turn out the way you thought. Don't start blaming and groveling and crying and blaming other people for that.
Emotional damage.
I should have hit it before. AEW clowns were legit counting the minutes of SummerSlam, but didn't want to watch Collision. Exactly. They're all busy timing SummerSlam with their stopwatches. None of them watched Collision. Why not? Support your man. This is crazy.